How good we talking? So wait, are you good? Feeling good? Everything's good?
Yes.
Can you hear
Yes,
me
sir.
loud and clear? Any issues? No? Good?
Crystal like meth, bro.
Alright, I want to ask you, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Drake.
No, that's the wrong answer, bro. Lil Wayne literally
I know that's the
created
wrong
Drake,
answer,
bro.
but like, I got.
How could you say this to your goat? Okay, Kanye West or Drake? This. You better answer right, bro. I'm not putting you in my pod if you don't.
Nah, Kanye.
Yeah, okay, facts. I swear, if you said Drake, bro,
No,
we ain't doing the podcast, bro.
Can't tell me nothing, and then I was like, yeah, I can.
You can't tell me that. La. He made graduation though.
He did though. He did.
He's anti-Semitic, but he made our graduation.
True. Maybe anti-Semitic. I just.
Oh, hey! It's Friday coming up in 2 days. Hold on, bro. Come on, bro. Don't say those lyrics, man. Anyways, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I am back after like a year and a half of making podcasts. Welcome to the EB podcast, where we bring weird people, good people, unique people, and race. No, I'm kidding. We don't condone that stuff, and we do not bring. I was gonna say terrorists. Can I say terrorists on YouTube?
We'll find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guests, Ali, and here. Wait, what's your full name? Ali Khan? Is it Ali Khan?
Javed.
Ali Javed. My bad. Hey, I'm dyslexic, okay? You never told me your full name. You said Ali only. I was like, I'm guessing. Is it Ali? Wait, how do you say it? Javed.
Yeah. W's in the shot.
Do you know what your ancestries of Javed? Sorry, I'm gonna butcher your name every time this throughout
No,
the
Javed, whatever. Yeah. I know like the cash is Mughal. So.
Mughal. Oh. Yeah. If you don't know about Mirza, we're also Mughal too.
Okay.
So it's Mirza and then Beg in the end. We put Mirza first and then Beg in the end. Yeah, so yeah, we're also Mughal too. Yeah, yo, ancestors made Taj Mahal type shit. Let's go.
Let's go. Yo, already.
All right. I'm going off topic. I'm just hyped up. I'm high on caffeine. I just finished working out. We're gonna start. People need to know who you are, where you come from. No, keep that shit down. No, I'm sorry. Man United. No. We don't do that. We only show Arsenal. No. You gotta make it. Bro. Arsenal all the way, bro. Arsenal
not almost winning the league twice a year, bro.
No. You can't do that. No. So welcome.
Arsenal's that guy in the party who said, "Oh, where the girls, bro? Where the girls, bro?" And then just be on his phone the whole time.
Damn. Hey, to be fair, they're butlers, so at least you won something this season and the last season. We didn't win anything.
Hey.
Apparently we won in COVID, but I don't know how we won that shit. But anyways, everybody, welcome back to my podcast, and I'm with Ali here. Ali, let's let the people know who you are.
Yeah, sure thing, bro. I'm just a regular guy, man. I'm from Canada. Yeah, from the Big Six, you know.
Another
you know the vibes. I didn't know. But yeah, like I'm born and raised in the UAE though, Abu Dhabi, and lived here for like a long time. Moved out to Canada, lived a long time there as well, and now I've come back to Dubai. Just for more studies and also like to like pursue my social media career as well, because I think like this is the place where like influencers can go to like elevate their career, and when they go back,
right,
their career is already like in a next level state, like in terms of followers, engagement, everything.
I wanted to ask you, what are you? Now I've called you Ali, but what do you want to let the people know? Are you Ali as in the influencer? What are you? What would you put a title on yourself?
This is really funny. Like my friends and I, when we were younger, we would always watch Logan Paul. And ever since then, like sometimes when people ask us, like, "What are you? What are you? Like, what do you do?" And it's like, "I'm just a fucking maverick, bro." Like we just say that shit. I'm a maverick.
Hey, I was Jake Paul. I was a Team 10 fan. Just saying.
Oh no,
bro,
it's every day, bro. No,
it's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. When I work on the gym, it's like it's every day, bro. The Disney Channel.
The
flow.
Disney Channel flow. Yeah, exactly. England is my city.
Nah, hear me out. I was a fan of both of them, but a different timeline. I used to like Jake Paul, but then what do you call? When he started making sexual content, like with relationship and stuff, I stopped watching it. And then I moved to Logan Paul. Then Logan Paul, that's when he moved into when he's about to leave his apartment, and he had his Dwarf Mamba with him. That time was just amazing. I think that's when I started watching him. And then when they had a diss track, I think that's when I switched to Low Gang. I became a Low Ganger.
You Low Ganger.
Thank God. Okay, look. I don't judge people buying his merches, but I didn't buy any of his merches. I was like, I like him, but
okay, the merch shit is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, and I know what you're gonna think. Yeah, I know what you're gonna think because I got Drake merch, right? But you have to realize I bought that at his concert. That's different.
You went to his concert too, bro?
Yeah.
I don't mind you buying the merch than you going to the concert, in my opinion.
Oh wait, what's wrong with the concert, man?
Alright, I'm gonna say, okay, alright, don't
There's
judge
wireless
me.
every year here.
You can judge me, I don't care, alright? All I'm saying is to the whole world. I personally don't like concerts. In my honest opinion. Why? Okay? And I've been to only one concert, which was for free. But other than that, right? I hate concerts for one reason. You're paying a whole lot of ass money, right? I don't care how rich you are, okay? You're paying a whole lot of money to waste your time dancing on a music that you can literally listen to on your phone, bro. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying, all right?
Just a counter argument, like it's not for, look, everyone there knows they can do that. It's the fact that you're there to experience it with the person in the room.
I honestly, okay, I like being myself, okay, but this is to my honest opinion. I spend on stupid shit, but this is this is not even stupid. This is retard at this point, in my honest opinion. Let me tell you why, bro. You're literally dancing. You can literally dance with your friends in your room while watching. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars, okay? I don't know how much they cost, or hundreds of dollars. I don't know how much they are to watch someone that is. You can watch it on YouTube, and I don't see the point of it. You can go watch a football match. You can go watch. There's better things out there that you can spend on than on concerts. Plus,
let me ask you a question. Big reason. I don't want okay. The religious one I can't fight because that's like that's unbeatable.
No,
unbeatable narrative.
A reason of the religion. Now I'm telling you the same reason as the religion. So
reason of the religion. I'll tell you this. You know your local football team?
Yeah.
Why would you pay money to go watch them? Just a question.
Here's the thing. I didn't pay for my tickets for Al Gharafa matches.
But
I went in for free.
But if you could, why would you?
Because it's my local team. It's a football team. It represents your people. It represents
exactly. Drake is the king of the six, bro. You gotta support your own.
He makes music.
You gotta support your own, bro.
He makes only music, bro. Why would you?
It's the same shit.
I'm sorry. Why would you glaze on a guy who makes only music, bro? And I'll be real with
you. Bro, why would you? You watch football, bro. You watch shit Messi at Neymar. It's somewhere in Qatar.
They don't make music. I'm not. Bro, here's the difference. I'm paying to watch people play football. Okay, it's different. It's an actual skill. I'm being honest. Music, you just need to get to know people. And if you have a good voice, and anyone could have a good voice and practice and like music classes or whatever, they can become one. It's like, to me, I don't value musicians. By the way, I used to make music. By the way, I was about to release an album on YouTube. I used to be a music producer and all that shit. I've realized you can just if you're around with right people, you can literally get yourself in a position of making money out of music. But to me, I honestly don't value. Me as a person, I don't value these people as much as we should. I would say Kanye is a bit different because he's releasing shoes that actually have actual value. He made Adidas be Adidas, you know.
Oh, he's terrible, mate.
Yeah, he's a talent on that shit, bro. He made Yeezy, you know. So for me, and he was in depth while doing that shit. So he has a whole ass lore. I don't see Drake. I don't see all these rappers.
But that guy's crazy though, bro. That guy lost his goddamn mind.
You have to be crazy to do shit, you know. Like Mike Tyson said, of course he's crazy to do that shit. You have to be crazy. You have to go.
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali wasn't crazy. He did all that and more.
He was crazy. Let me tell you.
He wasn't though.
Let me tell you this. You're telling a guy to not listen to the government because they're gonna stop you from being the champ for 5 years. What was it? 3 years or 5 years? What was it?
It was a long time.
It was a long time. It was, I think, 3 years. I think maybe I'm not sure. You're telling him,
and they were gonna draft him.
Draft him, okay? Just go there. They're not gonna put you in war, whatever, yada yada. Come back and then go be. He's like, no. I'm gonna go against my government. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go into jail for that shit. Because he said they didn't call him the N-word or that shit, or whatever. He gave a good reason for that. And then he goes out preaching about Islam and all that, and preaching the young people, generation, to do well. Not just that, he went back to training in boxing and then still fought, even though he had to retire. He still fought, which made him, for him being crazy, cost him his life, which was getting, Parkinson's. Because he was, I think, 35. He was becoming very old for a boxer, and he was boxing a bit too much. And he had, like, one of his last few fights, there were losses.
He lost his speed too.
You have to be, and there's a saying of him. He said he starts counting push-ups. He starts counting the reps of whatever work he does when he feels exhausted as shit. You know when you're rapping, right? He said this, down the line, his quote was, "I start counting my push-ups or my running when I'm tired, when I'm on the brink of edge of stopping." That's how crazy this guy was. But at the same time, he was beautifully genius.
Fair enough.
So
yeah, I respect your opinion.
I think every guy who has, they have to sacrifice. I think if you've seen successful people, I've analyzed this, is that they obviously I'm not a successful myself yet, or I don't know if you, what's your success measurement, but
you are successful, bro. Depends on how you measure it.
I'm not successful yet. I'll tell you that, run. I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
But by your definition, maybe, but not by someone else's.
Maybe with God knows. But to me, when I see a successful person, they have to sacrifice their time to do shit that they don't like doing. And to me, you have to be crazy to do that. A normal person can never do that. An average Joe cannot do that. It's hard. And I think you can agree with me on this one. For example, I'll give you an example. Losing weight. That's one way of going crazy. What do you think? Well, what's your opinion on this? Would you take it? Would you agree on this part? Partially agree. I didn't hear from you, bro.
I think a lot of people. It's not about the fact that they have to like be crazy or go out of their comfort zone. I think a lot of people do not. I think a lot of people in life look at some things that they want. For example, being successful or losing weight as something that they're not capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't actually. You can tell a person, right? You can tell a person as much as you want, like, hey man, you need to lose weight. You need to lose weight.
Well, I was giving you
an
example. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
let's just say being an athlete.
Yeah, like you can tell these things, right? Yeah. Right. So the footballers, like Messi, like for example, Messi has the. They just have this instinct in them that they know that they're capable of doing it.
Right.
So the thing is, when you know inherently that you're capable of doing something,
right,
and then you put your effort towards it, you're already 50% there. But most people, normal people, I'd say, not normal, but I'd say people with like less drive than like the professional athletes, so on and so forth, they don't go to the part of I am capable of doing this. Because remember what I said, when they reach the I'm capable. After that, it's just a 50% to reach the goal. But most people stay at the part, I could never do that. I could never be Messi. I could never do that. I can't be rich. Bro, that guy has a GTR. I don't know how long that's going to take me. Probably 40 years. I don't know.
Right.
And when you reach to the point of I am actually capable of doing that. I'm worthy. Like, I can, this could be me. Yeah, it might take me 2 years, but I can do this, right?
Right.
Just for you to be able to say that to yourself, I think people, half their lives go away. Getting to just that point to say that.
But
I don't know.
I think the thing that I was talking about, I agree with you 100%. The thing that I was talking about was that people who actually have the belief, right? They need to also work with it. I when I was like 18 or 19, this is like 2 years ago, right? Almost. I discovered that the idea of believing will actually push you to whatever goal you have. But to also to go through that goal, you have obstacles. You're 100% have obstacles. But for me, you just need to be persistent in whatever you're doing. And the things you enjoy, you sometimes have to also do things that you don't enjoy. For example, when I make a YouTube video, I love making videos. I love being creative, expressing myself on the video. But then the obstacle comes in, I have to edit it too. So I have to put another layer of creativity. Of course, there are many solutions to this. It's just an example I'm giving. There's many obstacles to do so. I think just pressing the record button is hard as shit for many people. I feel like just pressing recording, just going to it. 90% of people that I've seen. So I agree with you on that part. But I think for people who actually believe in it, they need to actually it's like saying how to drive. Believing that you can drive a car, but then actually driving it is a different skill by not doing any mistakes. It's kind of like that. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
and this is something that that I've heard is like, what's the difference between a coward and what's the difference between a person who's not a coward?
Right.
And the difference is the one who's a coward does not even have the courage to try.
I agree.
The one who does have the courage to try, he's scared as shit. He's scared. He's just as scared as the other guy. But he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'll do it. Like, let me try it. By the way, can I swear on this or no?
Yeah, you can go swear. Swear as much as you want. About the Judgment Day will come.
Yeah.
People will be judging, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, I'll try avoiding swearing, but I'm literally high on caffeine, so I might bust out. I'm gonna go Kanye. I'm gonna go easy.
Yeah, you might crash out.
I might crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, I want to know about. So you went to Canada, right? You were born and raised in UAE. You were born in Canada. You went to Canada for a few years. What'd you do in Canada? I want to ask. And how was the life in Canada? I think these are the two questions.
Oh, bro. All right. So yeah, I went to Canada. What did I do there? Essentially, I went for studies, high school. I went for my year 11.
Right.
Year 11, 12, graduated high school. Then went to university. I went to Ryerson University, now appropriately renamed to Toronto Metropolitan. Because it got cancelled.
Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully this podcast doesn't. No, but
I
will say about that. But yeah, now named to. Yeah, we're now renamed to Toronto Metropolitan. But yeah, and then my 4 years became an economist, a pretty shitty economist, I'd say. But
what makes you a shitty economist? Oh wait, the studies over there? What was it?
The studies are like they're okay, they're easy, they're not
so
that.
You're saying yourself you're a shitty economist?
Because I'm a shitty economist in terms of I didn't study as well as some of the others did, applying themselves, so I would say in the grand scheme of things, there's right.
As if people care, you got the degree, that's it, boom, you're out,
Exactly.
They don't,
the whole time, I was I don't know, man, for me personally, right? As much as I like going to uni and shit, I like working, bro. I like working. I did anything, honestly. Actually, not anything.
Anything. Anything you said, bro. Hold on. What is this?
I started off doing such dog shit work, bro. I remember I used to work at what was it called? What was my first job, actually? Yeah, the first job was a place called Canadian Tire. It's basically Home Depot, if you know what that is. Or actually, I'll tell you what. It's basically a hardware store.
Store, yeah.
Think of any garage in Qatar.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much that.
Yeah,
but a huge industrial warehouse,
in
basically.
Canada.
Yeah. And I remember, bro, that shit was quite literally back.
How old were you when you got that first job?
I was 16, 17-ish.
Wow.
Yeah. Because you can work after 16 there, so.
Yeah, okay, I want to ask you. I don't really have a job here in Qatar. I had one internship, but that was through some connections I had with people. But and I was 16, 15. It was my first I was a secretary where I made phone calls and shit. So I wanted to ask you is it the same thing in Qatar and UAE where they may have to change your visa as a worker visa? Because it's
apparently
not the same.
So.
Yeah, it's not the same getting a job in America or Canada than getting a job here in the Middle East, because you have to register yourself as a worker or employee, and then to change your visa. It's just so complicated to the point where it's better for you to just study and get a degree and then get a job. Would you agree
exactly.
on that part? Do you have that same thing in UAE?
We pretty much have the same thing, but I will say like to cut them a little bit of slack because they are new to the fact of like allowing younger people to work. So they're kind of figuring out like how the visa schematics are supposed to work. Like
Right.
if they are like they don't know how to exactly work because think of it this way: like your dad is like the family visa, right? Your dad is like the family visa,
Right.
like just like mine is. Like
Right.
my dad is my sponsor.
Yeah.
So even though I'm a resident, I could sponsor anyone to come here. Like, I could sponsor my sisters to come
course,
here.
yes.
I can be the conduit, right? But look at it this way: like if I become a worker and I change my visa to like a worker,
Yeah.
now I have an independent visa. So let's just say if I have an independent visa, I can literally just bring other people through my visa, make them get visit visas as well.
Is that
And
a worker visa or is that family visa? Is it different? Or is it
it's different, it's like the worker visa, right? But even with the worker visa, like there's certain things you can do, like you can
Alright,
like for
but not
family.
but not as much as a
Yeah.
family visa. Family visa is proper.
Exactly,
Family
exactly.
Alright, yeah,
But-
yeah, we have the same thing
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we have.
But
the
in
same
a place where they're trying to cut down on how many visas are just being given out, they don't want to do any of this. So if this is hard, like to change it, they don't mind that. It's like what's better, the quantity going down or the visas being better? It's better for them to make the quantity go down. So
That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. And right now you have a job and everything, right? Like you got everything getting set up.
I no like the thing is like so yeah, basically I started my first job in Canadian Tire. Then I
Yeah.
went to I did another job called Dollarama. It's basically what you say like a Dollar Tree. You know what a Dollar Tree is?
Yes.
Dollar stores.
Yeah.
I did work in that, and then while I was graduating, almost graduating, I got like an offer from like Scotiabank. It's like one of the top 3 banks in Canada. And my sister is like an assistant manager in her branch, and there was another branch where she had like a friend who was a manager there. He interviewed me, and he liked it. He liked the interview, he loved it, whatever. And yeah, he called me in for another for a second round of interviews, then a third, then a group meeting, and then before you know it, I was in Scotiabank working as like a teller, just a normal teller, giving out money, normal shit. And then over time, got promoted, did everything, and thank you, became a financial advisor. And right now, yeah, thank you. I came last year back to UAE, and
Right.
yeah.
Now let me ask you something. I'm gonna write down notes for this question
Mhm.
because I want to
Sure.
get the advice from the economic advisor himself.
Sure.
What is it that I should do with my money, especially if I get pocket money only, and I don't have a job? What do you think I should do with that money? Let's just say if I get 500 real per month as an allowance for me to spend myself what I want to do, and let's just say this is for everyone living in the Middle East who are just like me, don't get a job, they work as a student, or like they're student visa, they're in uni, they're in high school, they just get a little bit of money of an allowance. What would you advise them with their money and their time to spend on it?
I can give like a very basic answer, and then I'll give like
Go
like
ahead.
my detailed answer about my specific expertise.
Right.
Bro, like I would say just adopt the 60-40 rule, man. Like anytime you get money, adopt the 60-40. If you feel like
What's 60-40 rule?
okay, 60-40 rule is basically you save 60% of it and then you spend 40% of it.
40%,
But
okay.
I will say, what do you actually like? You have this money, right? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
This is your money,
Yes.
but because you're asking for my help, I have a stake in this money as well. So I want you to do better. Now,
Oh.
now 500 real, you said. What do you want? Like, what do you want? What are you saving for, and how? Like, tell me what the vision
You're
is,
not
and
gonna
I'll
like my
show.
answer.
No, I will. What is it?
It's
A bike,
V-Bucks.
whatever.
It's football jerseys.
V-Bucks and football jerseys.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the V-Bucks. No,
It could, bro. Like the stupid
I-
shit I've heard at the bank, bro. I've seen a person come with like an IOU
before
and try to get money.
before we go to those
Yeah.
crazy investments that they want to make.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wait. I literally had a guy who we asked proof of income, and he showed me a picture of him holding bands.
Is that life in Dubai? What can I say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Would I? Okay, so I look, to me, I don't know what I spend on. Like every month, I have just a different goal to buy something, right? Like this month I got my Eid money, okay, and now I want to spend on a 200 real Italian jersey that I'm about to get from my Euros. I want to represent, Forza Italia,
Mhm.
So I think that
The most racist country. I'm joking.
I love racist people. Come on, man, you're talking to the right guy. I like edgy jokes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yo, don't cancel my YouTube. I'm not racist. I have black friends. I'm kidding.
I'm not racist. I have black friends. Oh, okay.
You get my medal.
Yeah.
No, but to be honest, yeah, I also go with the rule 60-40 rule for the financial for the money. But to me, man, it's so hard to do it, bro. It's so hard to save money. I don't know. What makes a person like me? Because I love spending my money, bro. As soon as I get it, I love spending. I'm addicted to, like, every time I go out, I have to buy something. That's the type of person I am. How do you stop people like me?
I will say you need to be concerned about this. And why I say that is like I'm saying this very respectfully.
Yes.
And because
tell me, bro. Tell me.
Because I was the same as this, right?
Right.
I will say this to you right now.
Yes.
As a person who has worked in the bank.
Yes.
You are 20. You're 20 and you're doing
20.
this, right?
I'm doing this at 20.
I know people. Yeah. I know people, right? I know people who are 40. Okay, I'm looking at you in your eyes now because I need you to understand. I know people who are 40, bro. 2 kids, right? 2 kids.
No.
They have a Benz C63, murdered out completely, right?
Yeah.
He can't even make monthly payments and literally on food stamps.
Ouch.
But check out my Gaddi, bro.
Right. And I think
so. Wait. Just to say something.
Yes.
What you think is what you're doing, right? You're 20, and you feel like you can do this. I'll tell you this: there's people who are 40 who have still not stopped doing this.
Shit.
So if you don't, you will not. You will not stop.
Like a gambler.
There will be no part of you. There will be no part of you that goes because if you've never created that part of you that will stop. Actually, this actually brings up an interesting conversation. Like I've actually stopped. One of the things I used to do a lot. It was like one of the vices.
Yes.
Like everyone in Qatar does their thing, and everyone has their thing. People smoke, drink, and they play FIFA. Everyone has their thing that they put a lot of money into.
Yeah, the niche that is their own to themselves. Yes.
Exactly, a vice or whatever it is. Right. Yeah.
Order from
and they're not those terrible things. They're completely normal, like food, whatever it is. Right. Some people love spending money on their car, right? And there comes a time, like for me, right? Like, one of these things got pretty hard for me. So like I was like, I'm gonna cut this off. And I was watching this video, and they were basically saying that if you like look at the thing that you're spending the most money on,
right?
Let's say it's, for example, this mouse, like technology, this mouse. Right. If you actually look at this thing and you want to, or your car, right? You look at your Mercedes, you look at your Benz, and you're like, man, I want that carbon fiber wing. I want that carbon fiber wing. Just feeling, imagine the carbon fiber.
That feeling.
Exactly. The lightness, the power I'll get, And
you don't care what the price is. You just want to get it,
They said if you get to a point where you want to not spend money on something, but you do it anyways, is the exact same point is where something that's called the gray matter in your brain actually is deteriorating. And what gray matter in the brain really is gray matter essentially is something that your brain creates, which in turn gives you the susceptibility to not want to do things. For example, it's your like stop. Like it's like, okay, should I have this sandwich, or is the calories going to be a bit too high and I'm not really like I don't want to do this because this is bad for my health. That natural stop that you have.
Yes.
The gray matter, the more it deteriorates and the more you do this, you're going to lose the consciousness of being like, what are the bad reasons for eating this? You're not even going to say those things anymore. It's just going to be okay.
Natural.
Yeah, like a zombie, like, I just got like $500 of carbon wing. That's it.
Wow.
You might get like
wait. So you're telling me? Wait. So let me get this right. So you're telling me that the more you care about your shit, the more you're gonna be wanting shit? Is that what it's? Is that
actually no. Essentially,
or is the opposite?
The answer is this: the more you're able to think twice before you do the things, in the future, you're gonna be able to think twice on every aspect of your life, and it's gonna improve nearly every
Oh, okay,
aspect.
okay.
But the more you if you have that one thing, right? Like for example, a car, and you're like, fuck
Yeah.
it, like I got 500, I'm gonna spend that 500.
Yeah.
The more you let go of that, you're gonna reach a point where you're not even gonna have the subconscious thought to be like, should I really be spending this money? No, it's
Okay.
straight gonna be like
Okay.
500, boom, go.
All right, okay. I'm okay. Thankfully, I'll tell you this through my analysis of my purchases and stuff. I'm not there yet, but I'm eventually.
No, of course you're not.
Yeah,
Of course you're not.
I'm mid more conservative of what I am buying, what I'm not buying. So
Exactly.
I'll let you- yeah.
That is my advice to you. Just be more concerned.
Yeah,
Be more
I
concerned.
am concerned with my shit. I do agree, and I have
Yeah.
controlled myself to, especially this year. I realized I've matured with my spending, and in the not just spending, but like controlling my emotions on spending stupid shit. I think that's what I realized, because I would go out and be like, I really want to buy this, but then I would look at myself and be like, I'll not buy this. Or I'll say when it's on special offer or if it's like on sale, then maybe we'll buy it. That's what I put myself into myself. I mean, with the Italian T-shirt, it was on let's just say, let me give you an example. It was 350 real a year ago, and I waited almost a year for it to drop down in price. Then I bought it, and I actually had more than half. Like I could buy it twice, to a point where I saved up money to buy it. I can buy it twice the value of it, but I only bought one. Just saying an example. Like let's just say I had 500 real on me, and I spent 200 on a T-shirt. I actually did not spend anything for a week. I was actually looking, what can I spend? What can I get for myself? It's Eid. Let me treasure myself. I bought myself an Italian T-shirt for a good offer. Would you say that is healthy in your perspective of advisory?
Look, anything that's like not in your pattern of like normal spending, and something that you feel like you treat yourself on because you've had like a pattern of you saving that money.
Yeah,
absolutely. But it's not gonna help. Like, I saved 500 this entire week, so I want to spend 500.
No, because for me, you need to understand, bro. I'm a guy who loves spending, but yeah, and like I saved up to a point where I saved up, like, let's just say I saved up this month like a 500. I didn't spend anything. I didn't want to spend anything. There's no need. Like there's a need something, or like I want to buy something this because this broke down. Alhamdulillah, I didn't have to buy something that I needed. I was like, now I got the chance I wanted to spend on this. So I think
I will say this, like,
thing to like.
I will say this though, like it is a lot harder to save when you do have comfort of living in a family. For example, right? Like you get like money from your parents, like you get money from your parents. Like I get money from my parents. Actually, I don't get money from my parents. No more. That work. Bro. Yeah, exactly. Right? So I remember like when you get money from your parents, like it's different because you're like they don't even know what you should spend on or save. They're giving it to you, so they're like, okay, here's what you should do with this, but like I don't care, do what you want to.
Yeah.
But when they give you that, right, you don't actually have a rainy day to save for. You don't have a rainy day to save. Whereas if you moved out and you had bills to pay, you had a car, you had like your electricity, the water, saving like 100 dirhams or 100 real every month and having that become like 10K. Let's say a bad day happens and your car completely breaks down, transmission just dropped to the floor. That 10K could really come in handy, bro. Could really come in handy.
That's where the 60-40% thing comes into the plan, and you actually value it more. You understand the value of money, like the value of you choosing what to spend, comparing to when you have it with your parents. When your parents.
And I would say this, like, look outside for yourself. Like
the reality of the world,
that, and also in your own family, right? Like I know one of my best friends, right? Like he saved he did the 60-40 thing, and he saved so much money since he was a kid. Like every Eid, right? Like he had a shoebox and he literally just put money in there. I remember like there was a time in his family in his life where his family's business was like pretty much in the gutters. His dad was a day trader, and some of the trades didn't go well. I'll say that. And I remember like his dad was like we're kind of struggling to put some money together. So selling properties back home and shit like that. And he out of curiosity, he was like, "Man, I've been saving for like more than 8 years in this fucking box, so I don't know what I'll do." And that box was like so full that like there was multiple
Wow.
boxes. Bro, he opened up those boxes and ended up being more than 15,000 dirhams.
No
Under the
way.
beds. Yeah, Hundo. Like
And tell me, tell me, there's a good story in the end. Did it save the company?
Okay. Let me tell you. I remember he got that money, right, and he showed his dad, and his dad was like, "Yeah, I'm taking this, bro, and when we're up, I'll remember you."
Oh
No. Like, it was he by choice. Like he wouldn't show it to his dad, right? Like if he didn't feel like he.
That's good though.
And
Like still, man.
yeah, your dad is very prideful as well, right? So he's
Yeah, it's
not
like,
gonna be
thank
like,
God my
"Oh, can I
son
take
gives,
it?"
like
Exactly.
sacrifices for him, so he can't argue. And let me ask you: is it a Daisy family?
Yes.
Now he can argue with them and he can fight back by saying, "Hey,
Yeah, he
remember
can
that 15k?
Exactly.
Yeah, they were 15k. Mirza,
Yeah, that-
Bob.
Yes, exactly.
Don't talk to me. That remember that 15k? Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Yeah, no.
Fair
that it was
Yeah.
that money, but also like after a couple of years, Alhamdulillah, they are living in like the best
Wow.
part of Dubai, and they have
Mashallah.
like a Range Rover Sports and
That's
everything.
good,
Like,
man. That's good. I think he
Yeah,
learned.
so-
Wow.
yeah, he's in Canada as well now.
Mashallah.
Yeah,
Shit,
Yeah,
I should
great
start
guy.
doing it now, man. Crazy.
yeah. So what he basically told me was like, I never thought that the money I saved would be for my family's future and not me.
It's just yeah.
I was thinking what fucking phone I'd buy, and I never bought that phone.
Never bought that
But
phone.
you know what I bought? My family's happy.
Oh yeah.
I
Wow.
was like,
Damn,
so-
bars.
Yeah, bars, bro. I know some
Wow.
people who got rich and bought friends, bro.
Are you one of them? Have you been bought?
No. It's just like when someone said bars, I said this shit, and my friends was like, bars, say that shit.
Bars. Drake wouldn't say that though. He'd be like, I'll pop bars too. No? Too much for you? Then
No, Drake said that.
squeeze the wound.
No, it's just like Yasser has been going at this Drake hate shit so much. It's so
The
annoying.
thing is, he likes Drake too. I don't like that he likes Drake. I was like, what kind of man you are, man? You should
Oh, funny enough, he just called me. He's just calling me.
Get him on the phone. Get him on the phone.
Alright.
Talk to him right now, bro. Get this guy
Alright,
on the
hold on.
phone, bro. Oh.
Yo.
Your camera is stuck, bro.
Yes, I know, bro.
Alright, we're gonna take a short break here. Give me like a minute. I have to check the audio if it's working or not. So let me pause it real quick. Give me a minute. Okay, I think we're good now. Alright, let's begin. Okay.
Yep.
So we talked about you being an economist, advisor economist. You grinded your shit. You were in Canada. You went from Home Depot to getting some. You worked in a shop as a salesman, whatever, a mini sales guy for like a dollar store wannabe in Canada store, wherever that shit was. And then you went to graduating to become you studied economics, and through economics you got yourself some good connections in UAE, and then you got a job as a financial advisor. And from there, I want to ask you, this happened before COVID, am I right?
Actually, this was happening before, during, and after.
So yeah, right about starting of COVID, that's where you all get this whole situation started. I want to ask you this. So you went from economics to becoming a social media page ownership. I don't know how to say it. Influencer, based on.
I hate that word. Yeah.
I don't want to say it. I was trying to avoid it as much as I could. But you started a page during COVID. So you literally went from economics, which people don't do that transition, by the way. I want to ask you this. How the hell did you went from economics to social media influencer in UAE? How the hell did this happen? How did it start? Give us your story. Your lore.
I bet. Yeah, my lore. Yeah, I got you. Man, honestly, like, people like us, in the sense of like in UAE, like us Pakistani people, in my community, at least my friends, we don't really like, we have fun. We have a lot of inside jokes. We have jokes. Like, I have friends from the last 15 years who like come, like, there's friends I have who have been here, left. I haven't seen them in 5 years. They come back and it's like nothing's changed. but we never really take a camera out and record it and then post it and then reminisce about our times. We don't really do that. I don't think any friend group really does that. You know,
I agree.
I think if someone was to, they record themselves. They record like a funny video of themselves. They don't really do that with a group or anything.
Yup.
At least in our little society here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, like in COVID, right? There was a little time where I was my friends were in different places. Like I moved out. I used to live in Brampton, B Town, Browntown, and I moved to another city called Milton. It's like 30 minutes away from Toronto. And when I did that, like a lot of my friends were further away, so they were further away. And I was pretty much alone. My family as well. My sister's my sister's married as well, and she has kids. So like it's been a long time, but it's like I'm
damn. You're the cool uncle. You're the cool uncle.
I have like 6 nephews, bro. Like
Mashallah.
definitely the cool uncle. Yeah,
I don't know that. Well,
yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah, so like her family and everything, who I visit a lot, they were further away as well. They lived in Brampton, and then I moved to Milton, so they're not too far away. I was like 45 minutes away, but it adds up. Like you go to work, you come home, you don't really have the energy to go all the way to go see them all the time. So I was pretty much bored, right? And I was telling my girl, I was like I don't know what to do. Like I'm like it's getting in my head, I don't exactly know how to communicate anymore. And I remember exactly right. I was so in my own head. I'm like, man, like all I do is come home, like work, go to the gym, and like fucking play FIFA.
Did it screw you up physically or mentally? What really harmed you most?
Both, bro. I gained so much weight, more than like I have ever gained. Bro. Yeah, man. I'm so
did you like okay? So when you became sad, because this is for me. When I was very sad, I would usually use food as a way to make myself happy in some ways.
Yeah.
I would order unhealthy food to make myself happy, make me feel happy. In somewhat sense.
Yeah.
I love food as a child. I like to eat.
Yeah.
And for me to specifically choose something I like to eat, it may be unhealthy food, which made me gain a lot of weight. Quite sadly, was this the same situation as yours?
Yeah, man. It was sometimes like if the loneliness got a bit too much for me, I'd be like, man, like I don't really care. Like I don't really care about my body right now. I don't really care about anything. I'll order
it doesn't affect you in that decision.
The junkest food ever, and I don't care. I don't care about how bad this food is for my health. Like I'm just gonna do it, and then you do that once, you do that twice, and then it becomes a pattern, and then you're so comfortable being unhealthy that you don't even see anything wrong with being.
Bro, I'll tell you this right now. I had this shit happening to me during COVID. Because I remember my exams came out, results, and I got predicted grades. So I got predicted grades for my IGCSEs. I don't know if you know what that is. That's like
GCSEs. Yeah.
We never did that exam during COVID because it was quarantine. So they gave us prediction grades, and I did so bad, and I was quite down to depression. So I would play video games. That's why I started doing live streams. I kind of made myself productive, and you can say in a way. That's my first ever live streaming. And I would just eat very junk food. It was terrible, bro. I would eat McDonald's, KFC every single day. It was so bad. And I gained at least 40 kg. My skin over here became very, very dark. It was due to the stress of my organs, especially my liver. And through that, I just became very, very unhealthy due to that. I gained like at least 30 kg. I was growing at the same time with height. But at the same time, bro, I was eating unhealthy.
Sorry to hear that, man. The reason I'm pretty quiet is like that's pretty much exactly what I've done, man. Like,
right? A lot of people gained weight because of COVID. It was quite sad.
So I was like telling my girl about all this, and she's like, I don't. She was like, I don't. She was like, like you have the type of personality that like it's really funny, it's really funny in a way that like if you were to record videos, I think it would do well. And I remember like she was like, I think you should make a TikTok, and I was like, man, a TikTok, bro? Like, are you kidding me? That kids app? Nah, I'm good, bro.
Let me eat my food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but TikTok, that like kids app where like fuckers are dancing and shit. No, I'm good. I'm not 4. I'm not 5. Like, keep the TikTok. Then I went to work the next day. This is when I was working in the dollar store.
Right.
And I remember this girl came up to me and she goes, Ali, I'm fucking viral, man. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yo, like, I want to charge you $20 to talk to me now. I was like, why? She's like, she was just fucking around, bro. She was like, look, and she had 20 million views, bro.
Wow.
She had 20. She just made like a super basic video, I'd say, but it was funny.
That's good.
Yeah, it was like
Bro.
one of those. Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now. Sorry to interrupt, but I'll tell you this right now. I remember Mr. Beast. This was during 2018, 2017. He said TikTok, when he had 4 million subscribers, I still remember this. He said TikTok will be a future app, and he got advertised, sponsored by TikTok. And I remember him telling about TikTok will be the next big app, and everyone should hop on it. It was like a sponsorship video on his YouTube channel. And to this day, I regret not listening to him and using TikTok. Because I remember, I'll tell you the story. I told this to many of my friends, but I never got it on through YouTube. I tell this to this day. I don't regret. I don't regret. I'll tell you this. Whatever I have learned lessons, I learned lessons. But I wish I listened. I think many problems as we as young people, we don't like to listen. We like to do whatever we want to do. But there comes to a point where you have to listen to strategic plannings and strategic predictions that people make. And to me, I regret to this day not making TikTok videos. Even anything, I just did not contribute to TikTok. I remember going through a shopping mall and I see a large poster of Hugo Boss, of Khabi Lame, I think that's his name, Khabi Lame. Seeing him doing that pose and everything, becoming a TikTok star. I looked at the poster and then I saw it saying Hugo Boss. He got sponsored by Hugo Boss, and I was like, they're like, this guy used TikTok to do what he did, and there's still me doing YouTube shit, and I felt so shit. I legit left that shopping mall and went back to recording back to my house. I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this no more. And I legit, I was like, I could have, I could have been Khabi Lame, but it could have been me on that picture poster instead of him. I said that to myself. I was like, this could have been me if I listened to that shit. So I kind of, that's motivated me to keep on live streaming and keep on recording videos every single day. That's what motivated me. And I don't regret many things, but I regret not listening to this shit. This was one of the things I legit could not bear. And to this day, I wish I did that.
Yeah, man, and honestly, I wouldn't have done it either if it wasn't for the right push. But,
right? I didn't have that someone with me. I didn't have that. No one, everyone cared about me becoming an engineer or doctor, want me to go uni, didn't want me to do YouTube shit. And for me, it was very hard. And another thing, I'll tell you this, it's very hard doing it yourself, especially when you believe in yourself, but you got people around you, especially your loved ones, telling you that, you can't do this. And I'll tell this to anyone, if you got your loved ones telling you not to do this shit, it's very hard. Don't listen to them. If you're doing the right thing, if you know you're pushing to becoming something you want to become, this is not, and this is Islamic. I'm telling you, Islamically wise, in our religion, right? Your parents or your loved ones should not be the ones telling you what you should become. This is your choice in what to become. It is haram for you. I would say, no, not haram, but it is very bad for you. I don't know if it's haram or halal. Forget about haram halal. It is bad for you as a child not choosing what you want to become. It's very bad, and it's very unhealthy, long-term wise. It will make you become insane. That's what I realized. And I totally avoid that fully. And I learned big lessons from that. And I lost many years of my career because of that.
Sorry to hear that.
Thankfully, I pushed. No, it's good. I learned a big lesson through that. I didn't lose anything. I did lose years, but I didn't lose the idea of learning from it. I didn't give up. And I think that's what everyone should go and aim for.
Well, look at it this way: like, even though I did have that person to tell me that, like, hey, like, you should do this.
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah. I did have like my parents can't say anything because I already have a life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a life. I have a job. I have my degree. I'm going to university. Yes. I'm doing this. Yes. I have a life. I have a professional life. What I do on the side for my enjoyment and is nobody's business.
Right.
But if they feel as though like you should not put all your eggs in one basket, in a way they're looking out for you. You know.
I agree.
And I would suggest that too. I would suggest that too, bro. As someone who I would say has like who is successful on TikTok. Okay, I will say that. I'll talk my shit. Like, yes. I don't think I'm a super viral creator or anything, but I think I am successful on TikTok.
You did.
And I will tell you, like, don't go all in. Have plans. Have safety nets. You know, do things on the side. Like if you think university is good for you, and like even if this degree. If you never get to use it, it's good to just keep
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
do
am
that.
I am going to uni. Inshallah, I will
Yeah.
be going to uni. I do not want to miss out the uni life, even though I've missed out many things during high school.
Yeah.
I have, alhamdulillah, I have the option to go to uni. Of course, I've delayed my uni, unfortunately, for a few years, but I am going to uni no matter what. And
Yeah.
I will be studying business in the future, eventually. Maybe engineering. If I see, if I need it, I'll be making my decision clear when I'm entering the uni. I will be either taking engineering or business. But anyways, um, I want to say something interesting about this. Everyone has told me you should have a safety plan. To my extent, I believe this is my opinion, of course, but I say this is a doubt in yourself. If you have a plan B, that means it's a doubt for yourself. I don't mind failing
Yeah.
and repeating again, but to me, I see it as doubting yourself. And it's very hard. It's very hard to avoid that to yourself, to choose to
Yeah.
avoid
Yeah.
because in my opinion, I feel like not anyone can do what you can do. But for me, I'm going to use my ego. In my opinion, I see plan Bs as a doubt.
Mm.
And this is just my thing. Of course, I'm not going to uni and all that stuff. Why can't I go all out and do this? Yes, maybe people say this is gambling. This is not a good way to do it. But when you know, if you read many stories and stuff like that, people have pushed themselves to a limit to doing extreme. Now, by the way, you're talking to someone who does pro wrestling, okay, who has YouTube channel, who has put out persistent videos. What I'm trying to do become, I am making my body becoming healthy, trying to enter uni. So you're talking to someone who's saying that this is. I still believe it's doubt. I'm doing these. To me, these are side portents. Maybe in the future they'll come to an. This is to me. This is investments. I see it as investments. I don't see this as a career change because I want to be in social media. I want to be in front of the screen. This is why I do pro wrestling. This is why I do YouTube. This is a part.
But do you want me to tell you why that plan
Yes.
B is important?
Why?
Because I'll tell you this.
Right.
You think that a plan, what you said,
My
it
mentality.
sounds to me.
Yes.
It sounds to me. No, your mentality is fine, bro.
Yes.
Like, you have a really good.
No,
I like
this is my mentality. This is what I think.
I like the iron.
Yeah.
I like the iron. Like you go
Yeah.
all in or go
Right.
big, go
What's your
home. I like
perspective on
that.
this? Yes.
My perspective on this is like you think that having a plan B is kind of like a doubt in yourself, right? I'll tell you this: what you're doing now, would you like to do it the way you're doing it, or would you like to do it better? Simple question. Better. Okay.
100%.
So
Yes.
look at what you have in front of you.
Yes.
Right. You have your mic. You
Yes.
have your desktop and everything.
Yes.
How could you make this better?
I already answered that question to myself before. I would say quality. The value of the product. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, how would you make this better? Like in terms of like production.
Production wise,
Like, what would help you to make it better? Look, if you're troubling with, that's
studio
one.
room, let's just say
One studio room.
Studio room.
Okay, put that on the list. Next,
better furnitures than my paintings that are not unfinished.
Boom.
Love to sponsor it. Sponsorships.
sponsors. Yeah. Okay.
Co-hosts.
Co-host. Also, you might have some trouble uploading and you don't like the editing part. Hire an editor.
Hiring
How's
editor.
that?
Yeah.
6. Okay. The plan B is only a plan B if you look at it as a plan B. You know what I look at it as?
Okay.
I look at it as plan 8.4. You know how I look at it as an 8.4? Because when I started doing this TikTok thing, right,
Yes.
I realized I don't actually want to make money until I put my money. And I looked at my job as a source of funding my career more and more. So I make
Okay.
fragrance videos.
Okay.
I make fragrance videos. New fragrances come out. Who's the first to buy that shit? You think the 16-year-old in his basement will be able to buy that shit? Who's gonna buy that? I'm working. I have money. I'll buy that shit. I'll go and buy that shit. There's a video, bro. There's a video I did, right? And
Right.
I'll tell you how this plan 8.4
Yes.
has actually come into
Yes.
life. I got paid, and I remember I went with my friend. I took my friend, right? Like my girl jokes so much that you take your boy for more dates than me because I every time I'm with her, we go to a steakhouse. Like me and him love steaks, right? Like love a T-bone.
Yeah.
So like, I remember we like went to have steaks, right? And that steak was goddamn amazing, bro. Yeah, as you know, like you're a big guy, bro. Protein is like one of the best things
steaks,
ever.
Bro.
Love a good steak, bro.
Me gusta. Me
Yeah.
gusta. Oh.
Me gusta, bro. Marron. Like finding a good steak is like finding a fucking unicorn in this world, bro.
You never find a good steak, bro. You never. Yeah, it's just
Right.
It depends on how good the day was for the chef, you know.
Exactly. But the point basically is that day, right? I got
Yes.
paid, and when I got paid, right? This is what I did.
Right.
I got 5 Dior Sauvages, and they were all like a lot of money. You know, a lot of money.
You
Dior
bought
Sauvages.
5 Dior Sauvages. Why? Tell me why.
Listen. I bought 5 Dior Sauvages. I
Okay.
completely rinsed my 2 weeks of pay. Rinsed it like zero.
Uh-oh.
Zero. I bought 6, right? So you're telling me you like go all in? Trust me, dog.
You went all in.
All in, bro. All in. Meaning like I could not like.
No.
He's like, bro. I'm glad you took me to the steak place
Yes.
before you went the Sauvages, because if you went after, you wouldn't been able to pay.
Wow.
You know, because I pay. He doesn't have a job, so I pay.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, man. We're lucky we went before. So I bought those 5 Dior Sauvages. And
Yes.
you know what I did?
What
I went. I told my boy, he's a photographer, right? And
Yeah.
he's the type of photographer he's the type of photographer that like how do I say it? Like he takes pictures of supercars, but he's on a client basis, so he works based upon the clients that ask him to take pictures. So his work is very volatile in the sense where sometimes he has work, sometimes he just does not have work. So there's like an off season, and
it
then
was one of those jobs. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, right. So he has one of those, right? He has one of those.
Yeah.
So essentially, what happened was I was like, "Hey, man, like, why don't you go take some pictures and I'll come. I'll do it." So I made a video, right? I go to the behind the scenes, and he's like, I take the camera and go up to him, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?" And I'm filming this TikTok, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just taking pictures of this new Mercedes GTR right now." And this is one of my friend's cars, and
wow, show it again.
Pictures.
I wanna like show it to the camera. That's actually insane, bro. Oh my god, that's a beautiful Mercedes.
Yeah,
even though I don't like your.
That's just an example.
Yeah,
that's just an example. But yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I was taking pictures of these cars and everything," and I was like, "Hey man, we've known each other a long time, and you supported my TikTok grind, so you know what I got for you? I got you a little Dior Sauvage. That's for you. I want you to keep that." And thanks for the support. And like he's going crazy. Like you see the Mercedes in the back. You as a creator know. What are you gonna think? Okay, you're swiping. Yes. You see a guy. Yes. You see Mercedes GTR in the back. You see another guy coming with a Dior Sauvage handing it.
Yep.
Will you scroll away? No. Okay. I took the video down and I was like, hold on to that Dior Sauvage. Come with me. He puts it in the car. We go to another boy, right? I go to my boy. His name is James, right? His name is James. He's also a creator, right? He's a smaller creator than me. He only has 20,000 followers, but he's like a white kid. He's like a white kid that like he makes really good videos, but the audience base he has access to, I don't have it because I'm not like Caucasian. I'm like I'm not.
Wow, there's racism in TikTok.
No, like I mean, like the white people have like if you see a white person making videos, right? More white people are likely to follow than like a brown guy.
Wow, I did not know this, by the way. I'm hearing this.
Yeah. I don't really know if this is true or not, but I'm just saying like
true. Maybe his culture is more obliged.
No, but he is like Mediterranean and stuff. So like I'm saying he had an audience that I did not have access to.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
That's all.
Say that, bro. Don't say it because he's white, bro. Come on.
I mean, I'm brown, right? So,
I know, but you can look Moroccan. And, like I'm gonna be honest, you look Moroccan, you might target them. It's not. I don't think it's about the looks.
Fair enough.
It's the value of the product.
Fair enough. Exactly.
Let's not label him white, please.
Yeah, let's cut that out.
Racist. Okay.
You goddamn racist.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you saying? Sorry to interrupt you.
So I went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, like I got you a little gift. You're like a creator. This is from Tested Sense. This is a Tested Sense specific, and I gave him one Dior Sauvage. Okay." And I took those 2 clips and I filmed another one with another one of my friends. I put it all together and then I dropped it and I was like, Tested Sense giveaway in Toronto, meeting influencers and giving free salages. That video went 300,000 views, 1.2 million the next day, went crazy, viral.
Wow.
Everyone, and you know what I did? I took my boys and I was like, okay, you good? And he's like, okay, I'll pay you for what you do on like a daily basis. Like I paid his fee for like working, and I was like, okay, give me the salage back. And I took the salage back. I returned the ones I had back, like the ones I got back, and I paid my friend for like his job and all this acting and everything. It was the same as the salage, and I said, if you want to buy the salage, you can. But essentially, when I put the money back in my account and I made all these videos and the 1.2, 1.3,
Yeah.
I got sponsorship exactly equal to how much I spent for those 4 salages. I doubled.
Wow.
In 2 days, I doubled.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
literally blowing my mind right now. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
Much.
So
Wow.
and I'm trying to tell you, by telling you this, I'm trying to tell you
Right.
a plan B is not a plan B traditionally the way you look at it.
So this
The
is
plan,
that's
if the
okay.
plan B did not exist,
Okay.
I would have never gotten
Gotten
the
up,
sponsorship. Yeah.
You could
you know?
reinvest in what you like to do.
Yeah. And you can be like, oh, but like honestly, like if I really want to do that, my dad can just give me the money and I would have done
But
it.
it's
And
different,
if I
yeah.
could concentrate,
Yeah.
no, but it's different because that time was a specific time to do it. And sometimes when you want to do something right away, like we all have Desi dads, right? Like you go up to your dad, it's like, I really want to get this. Like this is the time to get it. They just don't understand. They don't. For them, buying something quickly is buying something stupid. They're like, no, do your research, get it on sale, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But that is why having your job, having your degree is useful because you don't have to go
You have
through
the-
fucking
yeah, you
anybody.
own that money.
You
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
you
Okay.
are the person.
I agree. Look, this is not what I tend to say. I understand this. This is what I want to do. This is what everyone needs. And of course, getting a job in Qatar is always different from getting from Canada stuff. That's why we have to go through uni and stuff. That's why I'm going through uni, so I can have my own independence. When I go out, I can record more videos, get to know more people. Networking. I'm actually going to uni, not just to get a degree, of course, but to network with
Yeah.
people, get to know. And
Brother, the first day in
Yeah.
uni that I went, me and Rahim, the friend, right? We
Yes.
literally followed 2 people and we were like, hey man, can we do a smell test for
First
you for
day.
the new K Alley fragrance? Literally on the bike tour, and I was like, hey, and I had my mic and I just started recording. And even today, like you can ask Yasser, right? Sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to stand in one corner and be like, what's your biggest red flag in a guy? Wouldn't that be the best content, bro? Like, what's your biggest red flag in a guy? Just random people coming by asking some of the security guards, what's the most fuck thing you've seen in this uni?
wow,
Imagine that,
I
right?
would never do that on the first day. That's crazy.
Like I'm like, Yasser was not there for this actually. I met him in my first week, so he was there on Friday. But I was doing all this with Rahim and like one of my friends, and I remember literally we were all sitting together, and I was like interviewing him on the chairs, and we're like, for me making content, I can, when I'm inspired, I can make it anywhere. I can
Right.
make it anywhere. Like, look at this, bro. Sorry for the dead air, guys. I'm just showing.
That was
Mirza.
good.
These are all my podcasts, bro.
Audios, wow,
All of them.
incredible.
Yeah. You know how much I love podcasting, bro. My security guard for my compound, I interviewed him because of the Indian election, and he had said, yeah. And I was like, you know what would be funny if we got someone who is like an industrial worker who does not really get a voice in the Indian Indian elections, where these people are now heard because they are the backbone of the country. They
Right.
go work on the cars, work on the roads, work on the things.
A common man get their opinion
The most like the common man who gets overlooked so much. Why don't we get him during the elections are happening,
That's
and we
actually-
get the
Wow, I didn't think of that either.
right?
That's-
So I was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna take
so
that.
I was like,
I'm gonna write down this. This is good. Get the Indian elections.
yeah.
That's
I was like, man, you know what? Fuck it. And that shit, when I posted,
Wow.
he was bro. It was one of the
He was
funniest
the
podcasts.
man of the people.
he was yelling, bro. He was yelling, Modi this, Modi that. And I was like, bro, like you're just yelling at me as if I'm Modi, bro. I'm not the guy, bro.
That's
And it was
crazy.
one of the funniest pods ever, man. It's like a 30-minute pod, but it's so funny.
That was
Yeah.
incredible. In your podcast, I would love to talk about Yani, you being in that Netflix shit. I wanna hear that stuff from you. So I want to ask you that in your podcast. I want to get to know. But yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Yo,
just-
I was thinking, man. Like, if you have the time, right? Like, let's finish this. Like, let's just make mine right away. Like, just give me like an hour.
No, bro, I can't. Bro. I'm gonna sleep straight away. I only.
Oh, you're gonna say,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
tomorrow I have to go early in the morning again somewhere. So I'm very
Cool.
super tight schedule.
Fair enough.
We cannot do it after an hour. I cannot. Me personally, I cannot.
Sure.
And I actually right after this I have to live stream another gaming video, but I'm not sure about that. But I'm probably gonna go sleep. I need to rest. I've been I've been busy this day. Today was just a long day for me. I can't.
No, fair enough.
My brain will
Cool.
not function. I'm actually want to end it now because like I am very exhausted, very like super exhausted. So
Sure.
I'm gonna be mentally drained at like 2 a.m. It will be like 2 a.m. my time. There's no way, impossible.
Cool. No worries.
I'll get arrested. The things I'll say doing at 2 a.m. bro. You don't want
Yeah.
you don't want that 3 a.m.
Yeah, man.
in the call.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So you love podcasts. I want to ask you
Yes,
this.
sir.
I want to ask you this. You listen to Chris Jericho. What else? Who else do you listen to in your podcast? People you listen to, and when do you listen to them?
Sure.
I want to know as a podcaster, you as a guy.
This is just.
Yeah,
This
who
is.
watches
This. Yeah,
wanna know.
I watch.
And when do you watch them, let me know.
Yeah, like these are all the shows.
I
don't know if you
can't
can
see it.
Okay, I'll tell you this.
Just name it.
I've been watching. Yeah, I've been listening to them for years, and how to listen to them is every morning when I go for a walk, every morning when I leave for work, the drive to work, the drive after work, during lunch, any long drives, any drive that's over like an hour. I listen to them at night, just before I sleep. There's even like a timer. There's like a sleep timer on Apple Podcast where like after 30 minutes it just automatically switches off. So I just
Right.
put that 40-minute timer on. I just put it in my ear and just like I just zone when I zone out. What I listen to, there's some podcasts I've been listening for like 7 years, bro. Like, and to this day,
Wow.
one of them is the Brilliant Idiots podcast. It's
Okay.
by Andrew Schultz, and Andrew Schultz has gone viral. You know how long I've been listening? Andrew Schultz has gone viral, right? Everyone knows him now. I've been listening to him since 2013, bro.
Wow.
I've been listening
I
to
didn't
him
know you
since
existed
2013.
that, bro. I thought he's
Yeah.
now started doing podcasts.
There were days this guy. That's why I love Andrew, bro. I don't
Why,
care
why?
like how
Tell
they.
me.
I love. There were days on this podcast, this Brilliant Idiot podcast,
Right.
where he would literally be crying in front of Charlemagne. You know Charlemagne the God. It's the guy from
Yes.
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I love him too. He's wild, bro. Like I love that guy.
Idiot, bro. I love it.
Yeah, and on this podcast, right? Like Andrew Schultz is literally crying because he just can't make it. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I not funny? Am I not this? He's literally crying.
Yeah.
And now I look at all the success he's gone with Flagrant. I listen to Flagrant as well. Flagrant, The Boys and everything, and he deserves every bit of it.
Yeah.
But I know I've been listening
Wow.
years, bro. The thing with a podcast is you're like a fifth friend who's not in the room but listening to all the boys.
Listen, yeah. Just
Yeah,
watching
so
them.
I know him so well, but have never
Wow.
met him. It's such an incredible. So that's one of the shows. I listen to this. Or this is a kind of sappy show. It's called Love Me, but like it's basically a show. It's not like it's like a show about. It's a show about love, and it's between it's like romantic relationships, but also any type of love, and it's like stories, like sometimes like long distance shit like that, random shit. I listen to another show called Paranormal Life. This is all paranormal shit.
Oh, okay.
And these are comedians who like take paranormal stories and make them funny. Listen to Flagrant, Talk is Jericho. Talk is Jericho is basically like a wrestling podcast. I listen to No Jumper sometimes. No Jumper is just like a hip hop one.
Yeah.
I listen to
know that.
Mallory Brothers.
Yes.
Mallory Brothers are pretty good. Mallory Brothers are basically like twins who react to hip hop and they react to life. They have a really good podcast because I've seen them grow up and and they're older than me. So like it's like listening to them is like listening to a future projection of my life because when I used to listen to them, right, I was just in the first year of my university,
Right.
and they were like in between their jobs, like they were in their late 20s, early 30s, like making their careers good in their jobs. And I remember when I graduated uni, one of the brothers proposed to his girl, and the other guy had a baby with his girl, right?
Wow.
And I was looking at like all these guys who are just like hip hop nerds, like me,
geeks.
right? Normal guys, geeks, right? Like they're
Yeah.
starting families, like they're selling down their houses, they're
Wow.
doing all these things, and I'm like, holy shit! Like these guys were just some people in the basement listening to music, and I'm listening to all these
Yeah.
people, yeah.
And this is all the podcast list that you've said?
Actually, one of my favorites, and this is the reason I started, is the True Jody podcast. I love that. I love that podcast.
Okay.
I like him as well.
I don't really listen to his podcast, but I don't like him as a character. I don't see him as a person that I would love to use my time to listen to, because obviously the things he's been exposed and the things he has said.
Yeah, Islamophobic, and yeah. To be fair, like all the stuff I listened to was before that, and after that,
I was gonna ask
and after
you,
that, I'm not gonna lie, it's never been the same. It's never been the same.
I didn't want to like make anything through that, but I was gonna ask you, did you watch him before? Because I know he was different before. He wasn't like this. It's just when he started critiquing people that he didn't have to critique. Literally, this wasn't his thing to do so, and and he was trying to act cool and stuff, trying to get attention. I think that's when he started to beg for attention. I think that's where it kind of like hit him back. And for me, I didn't really like that, and I don't watch his stuff, but I know he had a proper fan base. It's just I think I don't know what he did. When he did,
And
that,
also,
I think that's where his downfall was, unfortunately.
he had a co-host as well called Lawrence McKenna. He was really good. I really like Lawrence. That's what I'm getting to. Like Lawrence is such a funny and a smart guy, and he's so witty, right? And he's a person who actually taught me how to make a podcast interesting, funny, and how to give answers. But he didn't teach me directly. Like he taught me in his interviews, and I jotted down
By
so much of
showing it.
the thing. Exactly. You know how there's so many times where like in an interview where the guest is like, you asked a really good question there, and he goes, yeah, because I've been doing this a long time. He has so much. Before, he never used to talk his shit. He used to be such a humble guy. Now, like, he's like, yeah, man, Now he's like, yeah, I've been doing this a long time, bro. Yeah, Yeah, stop playing, bro. Who do you think I am? But yeah, like, Lawrence left the podcast, bro, and ever since then, it's just never. I've never really.
So when did he leave?
He left. You remember when the whole Islamic thing came out? That's when Lawrence left because his wife is Muslim. Bro. His wife is Muslim.
Wow.
That white guy, and he's raising his son as.
I don't know. I didn't know. What?
Yo, Lawrence is such a G. He's non-Muslim, but he's raising his kid as a Muslim. Like he does not mind his wife to teach his son Islamic values. He does not mind.
Okay, even though I like that, but he has to be a Muslim to marry a woman. Let's just. Let me keep that clear.
Yeah.
Me saying this personally, we do not condone marriages that are a non-Muslim man with a Muslim woman. But
goes without saying.
He's real G for that. Just saying, he's real G. I respect him, but that relationship is not the proper. According to Islamic laws, it's not the proper marriage. But anyways, I don't care what anyone thinks about me saying that. It's just what my religion says. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. And if you have a problem with that, write down in the comment section, like and subscribe. Keep critiquing me every video, because haters get me views. Anyways, moving on from that. I want to ask you this. This is it's in the tip of my tongue. Wait, let me get this remembrance of the. Throughout all these podcasts, I want to ask you, what was your biggest pivotal moment of your time that changed you as a man, as in like. Seeing your timeline, pre-COVID and after COVID, where was there like a pivotal point where like you matured yourself to becoming a man? Because I want to know. Because seeing all this stuff, you're just growing. You're just becoming better and better. You're just growing yourself out as a person, as people around you. You're making everyone happy. You're making everyone make money. You're making everyone become mature, just like yourself. when was it? When did your life change? Was there something that you did or something that you saw
Yeah.
that just changed the way you were? Because I know every guy had that moment. You know, was it maybe a near death experience? What was it? What was it that? Okay, I need to. Or was it this is something that you were born just to have it with? What was it? What made you this person that you
I
have
just
become now?
got it like that, man. I just got it like that. No, I'm joking. Unfortunately, there's no NDEs, no near-death experience. Sorry to
That's good.
disappoint.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
But what was
But
it?
first I'd say I'm not. I don't think I'm all that. I don't think I have that. Like, I don't think I have any pull or anything like that.
Mhm.
I don't think I make people happy or anything like that. I think I'm just a guy who makes videos, bro. I'm just a guy who makes videos, and I'm just a guy who likes making videos. And if people enjoy them, people like them. Actually, I have some fun stories. Actually,
Are you not being
I'll tell you maybe after
egotistical?
this.
Finally, wow.
Yeah, I know, I know. I know it surprised me too, but yeah, I don't think so, man. Like, I don't think I'm all that or anything. I know when I'm all that is when I don't even have to say it to myself. It's just
Hmm.
accepted. You know, people
Yeah.
can easily like just
Yeah.
look. I
Right.
don't have to tell anybody my success.
Yeah.
They can just look and be like, "Oh shit, bro, fuck it up." That's
Right.
it. But
What was it?
I'll say
Yeah. Yeah.
the pivotal moment too, like where that change was it was like a mix of things. It was like a lot of
Mhm.
like it was like a little bit of mental health and also a lot of things going on in the family. A lot of like no
Mm.
hope being there type shit.
And when was
Um,
this?
uh, a lot of family trauma. This is when I was in Canada at the end of like my high school. So just
So
getting into
18, 17 at that time.
yeah, 17, 18. So,
Right.
like, I don't want to get into why I went to Canada exactly, but like, let's just say it was not for good reasons. Okay, I left for like bad reasons, and I was kind of alone for a long time,
Right.
and the loneliness was eating at me. And like
Are you?
sometimes
Can I ask you? Are you comfortable talking about what made you leave UAE? Maybe you may help people that are
um,
maybe in the same path as you, and you try want to help them. Or it's
I'm
totally
not
fine.
gonna
We can move
go.
on. Like
No, that's fine. I'm not gonna get into what was the exact
specifically,
reason, but
yeah. But
I'll tell you in general what happened. It was
yes.
like a lot of one of my family members was going through like a mental health crisis. Okay,
Right.
it was a really bad one, like a kind of like manic episodes type shit.
Right.
And they were not in my control, and I was a bit too young to see some of that stuff, and
Yes.
like some of the stuff in result of that was really like damaging
Mm.
to
Someone who's
my
young.
my
Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't damaging in the sense of like, oh, I did not think that like I can trust or anything like that. It was more about like I did not see hope. I thought everything was so I didn't
Mm.
think
Mm.
being having my normal day was like fully worried like that. Like I still struggle with anxiety because of those days.
Because of this.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
I have horrible anxiety, but like I worry about the dumbest shit ever. Like you can even ask Yasser, but like
Yes.
I get full panic attacks, I get full anxiety attacks sometimes, and I just it's crazy, bro. And I
Right.
think it all stems from like that time, when I did not feel like I hate things that are not in my control, and and when you have so many things going on in your life that you absolutely cannot do anything about, it really eats away at you. So that's why I went to Canada, like just to get like
Right.
a different environment. And I remember I did grade 11, and I came back, and then my dad was like, "Hey, do you even want to go back? You don't have to go back. We'll put you right
Mm.
back, right?" I don't know what it was, but like a part of me was like, you know what? I don't want to come back. I don't want to
Right.
come back. It
And
just some part of me was still like holding on to like
scared.
why. Yeah, like if
Fear
I
that
come back, like
is it gonna be all over again? Yeah. And
yeah, like I was like,
do you regret that
yeah,
decision? May I ask you that? Like, do you
yeah, of course. No, I did not. No, I don't regret that
or you don't
decision
know
because
what
it
was the
was
other
like
side? Yeah, you didn't know.
I'd rather be alone than
Right.
be with people and feel the way I felt then. I
Mm.
was like, I'd rather like if I'm alone, at least I can control that.
All
I
right.
can control being alone. I
Mm.
can control if I really want to see someone, I can go outside and talk to a
Right.
person. But I
I
can
yeah.
control.
Yeah. I want to say this. I want to add on something. I totally relate to you in the idea of having anxiety because I didn't have panic attacks. I don't know if I had panic attacks. I don't know what describes a panic attack, but I had during my exams times because of COVID, right? I couldn't properly control what was right on my education, especially a system like here in the Middle East. But I would overthink. My anxiety was in a way where I would overthink to a point where I would over panic instantly. The problem I still face it to this day. I overthink too much to the point where I'll have anxieties. I will be stressed out. I wouldn't sleep at night. And then when I
Yeah.
wake up tomorrow, I'll instantly start having a heartbeat at like 140. Like heart rate. Like my shit would like I'll be panicking as soon as the first second of my eyes being opened, after like waking up from a sleep, and obviously family members too that made me put more fire into that
Yeah.
anxiety, and I kind of related to you. Unfortunately, I didn't have the option to. I didn't have the option to leave the way that you have left,
Yeah.
and I wasn't mature enough to. I was too scared to do anything at that moment. At that time, I just dealt with it the way I dealt
Yeah.
with it, and that's why I started recording videos. That's through my experience that I went through.
Nice.
So I feel what you have felt. I've seen that. I've
Yeah.
experienced it too.
Uh,
So maybe not the same level as you,
Yeah.
but I know that, and especially coming from a Desi household, I totally get
Yeah,
it.
man.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's sorry to hear that, man. Sorry, it's unfortunate that we have to go through this stuff. I didn't know this, so it's
Yeah.
thank
It
you
was
for
a long
sharing
time
this.
ago.
I appreciate you
Yeah,
sharing
it's
this,
all
bro.
good,
I
bro.
appreciate it.
It's all good, bro.
It's good.
It's the thing is like this doesn't define me, right?
Right.
It was just a turning point in my life, and
Yeah,
a
so
turning
this
point in
was
your life.
yeah,
Yeah, a turning
this
point
was a
in your
turning
life
point.
does not necessarily just because a turning point in your life is a traumatic one does not necessarily mean that it was bad for your life. A lot of good things came from that.
Yeah,
A lot of
you
good things
learned.
for
Yeah, you
that.
learned some stuff from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So am I gonna really say that like Allah did not test me? Allah will never burden a soul with more than what they can handle, and that's
Yes.
exactly what happened, bro. Like
Yes.
nothing, or everything I got was nothing I couldn't handle. Sometimes I thought I was alone. I was never alone, bro. Like you always have God with you.
Yeah, the law with yes.
And
Yeah.
when there was a time like I remember like this is a turning point as well, right? But there was
Yes.
like a up and down with my iman, and especially in Canada where like there's no most like no there's a lot of Muslims, but there's no like it's not in your face. He
There's
has
no
on.
aura over it. There's no presence of it.
There's no aura. There's no presence. There's no
Yes.
like there's not people
The
coming over
culture does
who
not
are
really
fasting.
allow you to strengthen your iman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though you have Muslim communities, you have your masjid, you have these Eid
I
festivals, you have
yes.
these. It's not the same,
It's not the
It's not the
same. It's
same.
not the
Yeah, it's
same. I
not the
know.
same.
I know. Yeah.
It's not the same. You
It's
always
not.
get a side eye weird look in your
Yeah,
thobe and
bro.
your
Yeah. The fitna over there is different from the fitna
yeah.
in
So
this
I
part
remember
of the
my
world. Yeah.
faith was literally like down to the dumps, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was never like I'd say a disbeliever, but I was like I was not what you say a believer, and I was not like I
A
was
practicing
doubting so.
Muslim. Yeah.
I was not at all like
Yeah.
practicing at all.
Would you say you like? Yeah. You say you believe in it, but you just never like
Yeah.
applied it
No,
in
no.
your life
Even
daily.
that, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I
Yeah. What
really
is this?
believe in it.
Yeah. You had doubts. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I had doubts.
Right.
Not to the kuffar level where I rejected it, but I was like, I don't know if this
Yeah.
is necessarily the
Right.
truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I had
But
that
the,
face
but,
too. I had that face
but
too.
then again,
Yeah.
I'm not going around to Muslims and whispering like you're fucking wrong. Like I'm not doing that. I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah.
don't know.
You're
This
not.
is
You're
just
not. You're
me and
not
my head.
those labeled
Yeah.
ex-Muslims or those type of people.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that apostate prophet.
Jeez. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. No. No
big
way.
ups.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not like
Okay.
that guy is on site when I see you, bro. Like that guy. I'm joking.
No.
Yeah.
I had that point too. It's funny enough. I had it too, but this is during my high school too, and my beginning of my high school. Because there was this culture around that being religious wasn't a cool thing, and if you were religious, you're not getting no girls, you're not getting no good cool
Yeah.
friends, you're not hanging out with the cool friends, you're not doing all that kind of stuff. And there was this terrible culture that I don't know who influenced it. It was just
Yeah.
really really bad. The alpha guy, then you got the omega, you got the beta one, you got the
Yeah.
alpha, you get
The
all that
beta.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this hierarchy over there that you had to follow, and bro, that time I didn't like going to school. I remember when I tell you I first time tasted depression was during high school. because of that.
Yeah.
And that's where I questioned, my life. Why do I exist and all that? Yes, I'm a Muslim. I pray and everything, but why do I? Why do I do this? I question myself. Why
Yeah.
do I do this? I had to research. When you mature, you're to a point where you were born into a Muslim culture, but then you have to actually remove the idea of being culturally following it and then actually following it for what reason that you actually follow it. Why do you actually follow it? So I had to question it properly and then research why do I follow this religion. You have to. Allah
Yeah.
has given us a choice to do so, and He tells us to do so. He tells us to question it, and this is the
Yeah.
beauty about religion. And
And
yeah,
that's exactly what happened, like.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is, like, I remember I was like, I don't want to be a disbeliever. Like, I don't want to be that, But like, I was like, I don't know if I really believe in this. So
you
what I
want to
did
know
was
the
I just
reason
started.
why. Yeah, you wanted that
Yeah.
that
And like,
yeah.
and this is not something like I could talk to my mom, my dad, my sisters,
Of
nothing,
course.
because like they're not like there's not like, not saying I couldn't, like I could, but I couldn't because they are not how
won't
you
understand
say
They won't
they're
understand.
not they're not academically Islamically trained to answer some of these questions.
Yeah.
A lot of their answers is Allah said so. It's like
Yeah.
and
I
a
know.
lot of those answers are
Yeah.
not true. It's not because just Allah said so. It's because they're backed up on so many things. For example, like
Yeah.
a lot of the hadith is like hadith science is a whole thing. Like
Yeah.
chains of hadith are a
And
whole thing.
hadiths are based
I-
on Quranic verses. That
Quranic verses and everything,
or
and I didn't
vice
know any of
versa.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what I started doing was I started praying, and then when I prayed, and I was like, I don't know what to do, so I just started putting on things I used to like. I put on Dr. Zakir Naik, and then bro, like I went
Brilliant.
to
Yeah.
Zakir Naik, Zakir Naik, every day Zakir Naik, then Muhammad Hijab, Ali Dawa, Ali
back then
Dawa,
was crazy.
then Hakikatu. I went Sheikh Uthman ibn Farouk.
Yeah.
Who's that guy, man?
Smile to Jannah.
Smile to Jannah as well. Yeah, Zain. His name is Zain. Right?
Yeah. Who else? You're trying to remember someone else? Who?
Yeah, man. Who's it?
Yeah. Yusuf. The old man, the white old man, Yusuf. I forgot his name. Sheikh Yusuf.
Sheikh Yusuf, I guess. Yeah, one of them.
Wait, where is he from? The one that you're trying to remember?
He's like from America, man. He's like one of those. His name is Ali something.
Does he have his own school and everything over there?
Yeah. He's like.
He's a white guy, right?
Yeah, the white guy. Yeah.
I know you're talking. He has glasses and he has a beard.
Yeah.
And he has like a.
I think so. Yeah.
Like he has
Topi,
a Turkish. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, he went in depth of like Islam and stuff. He's so in depth, bro. Yeah, and
yeah, he's. Well, let me pull up the name.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Right? Let me. But anyways, okay, we'll research on and check on the actual name of it. But I know who you're talking about exactly. Okay, this is so good, man. I get to know you even more and understand what you've been through, and you probably just incredible that I can relate to it so much. Especially you're older than me too. You're 3 years older than me, so I get to take.
So when that happened, bro, like I decided to like, I don't know, just like fix life and shit.
And what made you start a podcast? This is the next question I want to ask, and this will be the last question. And then we'll move on to recording with you later on, probably in a few days.
Sure.
This will be my last question. And what made you do podcasts? And tell me, what's the name of the podcast for the viewers that will be listening to this?
So, why I started The Milkman, coolest podcast in the world.
Available on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube.
Yes. Shameless plug. Thank you. But yeah, The Milkman is basically started because
Links down
me and my friends were like, we had those homie moments like, what if we made a podcast, bro? But then like
those?
me and my friend Rahim were like, we really like podcasts. He loves Joe Rogan, and I'm like a fiend for podcasts. Bro. I love a good podcast.
You're a drug addict.
Yeah, man, straight up. Inject that in my veins, bro. And then he was like, I remember Rahim was like, man, I really want to do a podcast, but I don't know, like, I don't think we'd be good or anything. So what I started doing? I was like, hey, man, like, I'm a little bit famous on TikTok. I'm not famous, but I have a little bit of clout, like nothing, right, on TikTok. let's
Stroke daddy,
use
I'm a
it.
stroke
Let's.
daddy.
I'm not. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah,
and
bro,
then,
you ignore that so much. You're like, damn, my ego's so good. Hold on, let me pause. Like, oh, shit, you
I
should
do
stroke
that.
it
Yeah.
more.
Yes.
Oh, say my name again. Oh, Ali, yeah. I saw that. I saw you got distracted. You're like, damn, my ego's
Yeah,
so good.
Yasser, yeah. The thing is, I'm so used to doing these jokes with Yasser that
Yeah.
annoy him so much that, like, he says that one nice thing
I
about
know
me, and
what
I'm
you
like,
mean.
yo, bro, can you say it again slower, bro? And I just like make him, I like this is a way to annoy the fuck out of him because he always tries putting people down.
He
I'm
like
like, I want,
that, and he gets tired eventually, and you
Yeah.
constantly keep it up. Yeah. He keeps
yeah,
on.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too many times. He knows I have an ego too. It's a terrible ego too. Yeah.
So with
Yeah.
Rahim, right? I
Yeah.
want to do a podcast and everything. So you know what I started doing? I started emailing random studios in Dubai. I started emailing random studios,
okay.
and
Yeah.
I was like, hey, my name is Ali. I have an account called Tested Sense. It has 133,000 followers, 2.5 million likes, and I've gotten more than 100 million views on this platform. Okay, I'm originally from Canada, but I've come to Dubai to work with content creators in Dubai, and I would like to do a podcast where they see Tested Sense for the first time, and it's going to be like a review podcast. So if it's possible, I want to do a podcast, and I'll promote it for free for you on YouTube, and
Wow.
we can do that. I reached
that's
out to
good
like
idea.
more than 12, right?
Yeah.
One of them came back, and one of them were like, okay, we'll do this. We'll give you 3 podcast sessions for completely free, 1 hour each. And if it does well, we'll give you your own like little spot on the show. And as long as you keep. So I remember I like went up to Rahim and I was like, bro, I have a surprise for you. And he's like, what? He's like, I was like, we have our studio, we got
Yes.
equipment, hour, we have questions, and we have this setting all done. All you have to do is come and be be the co-host and interview me. We have 3 podcasts. We'll do one with me and
Yeah.
you. We'll do our friends, and the third one. We'll see how it
Third
goes.
one, yeah, it's just experiment. Okay.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you know that
That's
yeah,
incredible.
bro. A lot of my ideas is this is not even stroking my ego, but this is just
Here
how
we
I'm
go
saying.
again.
Here we go again. But like
Here,
honestly,
Yep.
there's things I do, and this is how I do it. Like I want to help one of my friends, and I want to see how I can make a good video out of it at the same time. This is how I
the value of your friends.
Utilizing the value of my friends, but also I don't want to
Making
make a video for the
yeah.
sake of a video, but also
Yeah.
make someone's day in the same
Yeah.
time.
All
I
right.
think that's real. So
yeah.
like, so I was like, hey, like
Yeah.
I didn't do this
Yeah.
because I wanted to start a podcast or I wanted to do this or anything like that. I wanted to do it for a long time. I never had that push, but I actually did it for Rahim, who actually wanted the act of doing the podcast. He was not like he listened to podcasts, but he was more interested about doing podcasts than listening. I was more listening than doing.
Okay.
So when I saw someone who had more passion than me, and I was like, hey man, like if I have something going for myself, why don't I use that and help someone make someone else's dream come true? And that's exactly what happened. Like I was like, he was so fucking good in that podcast as a co-host. He was so good that I was like, bro, you should be on radio. You should be on as a co-host. You should use your voice on like other things. And I remember I was like, man, like why don't you clip this, send a demo to Virgin 100, whatever the radio is, and ask. Because he has that radio voice, I could hear it.
Really?
He has that like presenter voice. He has that.
Was he on those YouTube videos? Those 3 YouTube videos? Was that
Yeah,
him in the
yeah,
introduction?
Yeah.
Bro, he has a voice. I'll tell you that.
He has it.
He has that voice. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, bro. So like, like Allah says, like things you do not always have like the outcome that you expect. Like,
Right.
Maybe building the podcast was supposed to be like the first one at least was supposed to be Tested Sense me. People get to know me, but really, what did we find out? That Rahim is a great gem, bro. Like
The GOAT.
that's what you find out. Yeah, that's straight up. And in the second podcast, I did it with my friends. Those were my friends. Some of them.
More comfortably.
Yeah.
Okay.
More comfortably, more casually. We were just talking about balance, just fucking around, and yeah, we all did kind of okay there as well. And yeah, like it was just for my friends. And then after that, I stopped doing video podcasts because honestly, they're kind of expensive to like rent a studio, do all that.
Really?
And even though I got those sessions for free, I have another one that I paid for, and bro, that shit came out so expensive, like with edits and everything. 700, 800 dirhams, which is around like
Ouch. Just for one
like
podcast?
that's like 300, 275 bucks per, man. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
Now edit everything, mics, the whole thing. Yeah,
you
it's
should make
a pretty
business
ben.
out of this. This is good business. You can make like a cheaper studio, rent out a
Yeah.
studio, and make it a cheaper
Yeah.
value. Take down the price down, and people will be
Exactly, right?
more customized.
But yeah,
and
so
stuff. That's actually a good idea.
exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea. Podcast studio. Yeah, man, maybe you should. Yeah.
Different stand designs, different microphone colors, table. What table do you want? You can pick
Yeah.
and choose. So it's not just like podcast. Everyone knows, oh, it's a cheap area to rent out, but no, you can customize it.
Mm.
That could be.
But yeah, man, like.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, but I was just gonna say this is just a good idea.
Yeah.
You should do it. You live the way.
Yeah.
We don't have podcasts here. Me starting a podcast.
That's exactly why you should do it.
Huh?
That's exactly why you should do it.
Yeah, future. If I get my right investments, I need
Yeah, fair
investment.
enough.
Yeah, I'll get that shit. That's a good. I'll write that down. I'll see the possibilities.
Fair enough. So, just like a good way to know, like, if an idea is worth doing is see who it helps, bro. See who it helps and if it's
Right.
worth helping. Because if you look at it, bro, like I remember when I started the TikTok, right, bro, like people seem to think that I just became overnight success or some shit like
No,
this.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
became like, bro,
Like LA
you
Night.
have that girl
Perfect
showed me
filming.
that
Yeah.
LA, yeah,
Night.
LA thing, yeah.
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 Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
says he's over successful night, but no,
Yeah.
he's been
You
doing
know,
this shit for
the
like
guy's
30 years.
45,
Bro's
bro, or some
45,
shit.
bro.
Yeah. Overnight success, my ass, bro.
My
This
ass,
is LA
yeah,
Night
hell yeah.
TNA, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, like I remember that girl showed me that viral video, like I
Yes.
mentioned earlier in this podcast. Like I remember when she showed me that, and I started making my account, right? And I'll show you this as well, actually. Sorry, I'm using my personal account.
No problem. No problem. Take your time.
The funniest part is I used my personal account, and for no reason, I went viral there as well this week. For no reason. Yeah, I wasn't even trying to. I was just trying to make a fun video. But yeah, like I'm just scrolling down at this moment. Oh, the memories. But yeah, like I'll talk as I do this.
Right.
I remember the first video I made, and they were terrible videos, bro. It was like top 10 fall fragrances, top 10 summer fragrances, and I'm just putting some fragrances on the table, not really knowing what videos to use and everything. And I remember I posted, and I told my girl, I was like, hey, I posted, and she liked it and everything. And I was like, you're the only person who watched it and liked it. It didn't even count me as a view. It was like one person, bro. And I remember like 3 days went by, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. And she's like, no, you gotta keep
No,
going.
yeah,
like
trust the
you
process.
have to trust the process, bro. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah,
And I was like, no, I can't. I'm just trying to I'm trying to tell her any reason, like no. But she's like, if you do it, it might help. And I'm like, okay. So I keep uploading, and nothing happens. Again, nothing happens. Nothing.
Right.
And then one day. So these are my earlier videos. You should be able to see them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. They're like 3,000, 6,000, 4,000, 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These were 300, 600, 500
Which is not
until
that
I
long.
uploaded, which is not a lot, right?
Yeah.
Until I uploaded one video, which is this one here, and then this got 12.8K,
Wow.
and this 12.8K was big, right? And then I remember, I'll tell you this. This is why Drake means a lot to me, bro. This is one of the. Now, that video, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that was such a joke video I made for no reason. Like I made that video because I liked one of the fragrances, and I was like, hey man, like fuck it, I'll upload this video. But at the time, I was like, hey man, Drake just put out a song called Tusi Slide, right foot up, left foot slide, right foot. And I remember like people were getting out. Remember that trend where people were getting out the car, dancing, and then going back in? I remember I was like, man, people are just Kiki, do you love me? That type of shit. And I was like, man, like, what do I like? I just I was like, fuck it, I'll post the fragrance. I'll put the song in that bitch. And I put the song in there, and I was literally eating pizza. Like I was out with my girl. I was like, we were eating pizza, and I remember like my phone, it went, and I was like, what the hell is this? Bro, my phone overheated, bro. It was crazy, and that's because I'll just pull up the data. This hit more than 477,000 views, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's reached 477,000 now, but on that day it was at 300,000, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Um, that day was 300,000, and I remember. So people ask me those earlier videos that you said you only got 200 views. Why does it say 5,000, 4,000? It's because when one video became a hit, all the other videos became popular. They all fucking boosted the algorithm. And then I remember I had this momentum, and it's just started uploading. Got 190,000, then got 400,000, then 125, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then I remember one of my friends. I have to shout him out. My friend Harman Singh.
Shout out Harman.
That guy. Yeah, shout out Harman. No, shout out Harman. That's my bro for life. Like that guy is like such a bro. That guy is such a cool guy,
Right.
and he was one of the only people that he saw the success. Right, like I showed him, and I was like, bro, I'm hitting 10K views, and he goes, bro, think about it, bro. If you have 10K views, right, and if you have a product, even if 10,000 people buy 100 of whatever we're selling, that's 10K right there, bro. 10,000 Canadian bands right there in our pocket. 5 simple. He's like, well, why don't we do something? And I was like, yeah, why don't we film together? And I was like, okay. So I started making some videos that's me right there. That's me right there in one of the videos that hit 60K and everything. And I was like, okay, Harman, like we gotta make a video that like actually does something. Right? Yeah, like we actually does something. So I remember like I was like, hey man, what you have a GLE, right? A Mercedes GLE. He's like, yeah man. I was like, all right, do something, like make a video on that. Like make a video using that, right? Like we'll flex shit. Like we'll flex shit and we'll put like fragrances. And I remember when we posted that we posted that video, and my god, bro, this is like this was it.
What your cologne?
This is I started this series called "What Your Cologne Says About You,"
Wow.
and this is called "What Your Cologne Says About You." So I would show like if you were Tom Ford, you're a guy who cheats on his girl. If you were this, you were that. You know that entire thing you're talking about. That all came from me. I made this whole thing. Like no one made that before me.
So
I made this.
You're
The
the
whole
guy
thing.
who created a trend. Wow.
Yeah, this is me. Like no one did this before. No one created this trend before. No one popularized it before.
Yeah, I'm witnessing a guy who created something new trend. That's actually incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember I was on call with my boy when I uploaded this, and I was like, Harman, you're not gonna believe this, bro. And he's like, what? He's like, and I was like, bro, we hit 4 million views, bro. we have 4.4 mil, bro. We have 4.4 mil, bro. Mad. This is one of the best days ever, bro. Like I was like, and he's like, and I remember when we hit a mil, I was like, bro, we hit a mil, and that's all we wanted. That was our goal. Hit a mil views. Who cares?
Right.
Hit a mil. I remember, bro. We went like I told him, "All right, see you, bro." Like he want to sleep and shit. I want to sleep. I was like, next morning I called him. His phone's ringing. I was like, bro, we're in 2, 3, 4, 4.7, and I was like, bro, what is? It's not stopping, bro. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this story on my podcast. But I nearly got expelled from university because of my TikTok. And this is actually not. Again, you're gonna say feeding my ego, but it's actually because I got too viral. Yeah. Actually, I'll tell you some crazy stories. There's a girl. There's a friend I have. Right. She went on a date who turned out to be a fan of mine. Yeah. And she flexed and shit, and she's like, I know tested sense. And that guy was like, the guy was like, you know him? You're capping, bro. Like this. She was like, oh, thank you for that, because I got to dunk on him because I didn't like him anyways. I was like, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. There's so many crazy stories, bro. One of my really good friends, Yasser, knows him as well.
Don't, bro. We can talk about this on the next podcast. Hold on, you're getting too excited. I see you getting you're striking your ego again, bro. I have to stop you right there. This has been incredible. This has been incredible. This is wow. We've explored so many things. We had a call before this a few hours ago. Wow, this is more than I expected myself. Obviously, this was very unplanned, and I loved it.
Yeah.
We went beautifully about everything. We went all around the place, but very very beautifully. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming to our podcast. After a year and a half, I'm uploading something because I generally didn't have anyone to like work with a podcast with. I tried to push one, it didn't work. I was like, let me do another one. But I want to say thank you again for coming and helping me to upload one of the first videos so I can push and start a momentum like a snowball to do more podcasts. And I can't wait to be in your podcast, get to know more about me and then more about yourself even more. Get to know each other. Our open relationship, like I said, with Yasser.
Great.
And,
Still doesn't sound great.
you asked me to say like a question in the end.
Before you do that, can I just do what I said that I want to drop a little surprise for your viewers?
Sure.
All right. So he's very concerned, mate. I'm just gonna read something out loud, and this is like a little bite for you guys. You know, like I do. I have a podcast, the Milkman Podcast.
Yes.
All the viewers for Mirza should check it out. Shameless plug, obviously. But I have someone very exciting coming on the podcast, and I wanted to do this on Mirza's podcast because I wanted to. The first podcast I dropped this on to say who's coming is his podcast, so that he gets some traction from this, so he can put it on the title and everything. Just to be 100% honest, I'm gonna read out my on who I said is coming. We're just excited. Yeah. I'm gonna read it out. Okay, I got the DM right here. And I'll show you guys who it is. All right, what's up? I'm not gonna say his name. What's up, bro? It's Ali. We met at the KLE event. I wanted to quickly ask you if there's a chance we could do a podcast since growing up here. Man, you've literally made our childhoods, my own included. As I've been on the journey, it only feels right to look back and celebrate your success, your cars, your luxury, your life of luxury in Dubai, and your amazing achievements that you've made here. Influencing in Dubai. We can talk about your life, your come up, influencing in Dubai versus overseas, and of course, your amazing car collection. And I want to announce... Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Vlogs. Mo Vlogs is coming on the podcast.
You're kidding.
No.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, no. Mo Vlogs is coming on the podcast. Yeah. Yeah. He liked he liked the speech. He liked the speech. I gave. I'm gonna get in contact with his team soon. Let's see what happens. And hopefully we're getting an interview with Mo Vlogs, man. I'm just manifesting this right now, throwing it out in the universe.
No, but like you can't. I'm doing it through online though. Like, is it gonna work out? Is that how? How do you want this to work, bro? It's not gonna work.
We can, bro. It's fine. We can do it online. Like, we'll obviously me and Mo are probably like if everything works out, we'll be in the studio, right?
Oh, and then I'll be just like can I be the co-host?
We'll put you in the TV or some shit.
Okay.
And you can be the co-host.
I'll be the co-host. You can't make me the host. It's too much. You can't do this to me right now.
All right, cool.
Thank you so much. What the hell, bro?
Yeah. And I'm not. Like,
I feel like David Dobrik's friends.
I'm showing you my DMs. Look at the verification. You see it?
Dude, there's no way you're doing this for me, bro. Why? Why are you doing this for me?
Hey, bro, everyone needs to start, right? And like I said, it's not my ego. It's because why not do something that helps someone else?
I'm going to end the podcast now. I need to end this. All right. You told me you need to ask questions to people in the podcast.
But let's pray for this to happen. But go ahead.
Bro. You just showing this to me, you made my day, honestly. If this still does not work out, if he doesn't want to do this shit, I don't give a damn. At least you gave me an opportunity, bro. I'll remember this. I'll literally remember this. I can't believe this is happening, brother. I can't believe that you've given me this opportunity. Even though this is not gonna work out, I don't care. The fact that you're just giving me this aura of yours, I want to thank you.
There's no aura, bro. No, you don't need to thank me.
I cannot repay you back with that shit, bro.
No, you don't need to, bro. Please.
No. مش ممكن. No, you got me speaking Arabic now. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna keep my calm. I'm gonna keep my emotions down. Now, you've told me to ask questions to people in the podcast. So, I'm so sorry. I'm not a serious person, and you like me because of the way I am, and I'm gonna do this to you. If you had to buy a Porsche, what color would it be? 911 GT.
911 GT. I would, bro. Honestly, it's gonna be the worst answer because people don't really like
Don't
this,
care.
but I like it. Fuck it. Fuck who anyone thinks. I love a sky blue Porsche, bro. Sky blue
Sky
Porsche.
blue. All right, sky blue.
Sky blue.
Thank you, ladies and
Sky
gentlemen.
blue.
This is the end of the podcast. Wow, you just made me poop my pants right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
You have to
for
way to
coming.
end the podcast a certain way.
What a way to end the podcast. What a clutch. This is some World Cup FIFA shit right here. But God
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for having me, allowing you to be in this podcast. And thank you for the opportunity that you've given me in the first place. Like and subscribe, guys. Welcome to the EB podcast. And inshallah, we will get to know each other in the future even more and have this open relationship of ours bigger. Ma salam, everyone. Have a good day.